all gathered over here today to encourage and boost one of our little ones, Miss Imlijungla Aier, who through her perseverance and hard work has written a book of poems entitled The Play. She could not have done it without support. So I would like to all of you right in the beginning to give a big a round of applause to the parents who have supported her right through this endeavor.
Good afternoon to all of you. I am Aier, and I also am a teaching faculty, as has pronounced, at FSC Mokokchung. But today, I stand before you all as the very honored and the proud aunt of Elina Aier, aka Imlijungla. They say that creativity takes courage, okay? And then, but today, if you were to hold a competition, okay, on the title, who is the most courageous person in this room, I think the winner undoubtedly would be Miss Imlijungla. Why? Because she has let out her feelings, her emotions on a platter in the form of a book for us to read and go through. And that is a very courageous thing to do. I congratulate you, dear Lina.
I am delighted to be here this afternoon to celebrate Elina's poetry. And although I am meeting her in person today, only today, it felt like I already met her sometime last year, having come across her work, which was so graciously introduced to me by Annie. Elina's poetry engrossed me, and I am so pleased that she has a beautiful book for her debut collection. What impressed me more was how she seemed to have effortlessly constructed these beautiful poems in the collection, and that too at such a young age.
Yeah, very good afternoon to one and all. Well, respected parents, guardians, well-wishers, the press media, the mentors, those who are here, and all those peer group of Imlijungla, those who are here, gathered to give her the strength, to give her the moral boost, and to appreciate her, the writing and everything. Well, before I go to release, I would like to call upon Imlijungla to be here also amongst us, so that you can see who she is, so that in front of her, I would like to open up the book and inaugurate this. Yeah. So this is the lovely book which she has written, The Play, and I'll open it and you can have it. I have not seen the cover and the book also. I think this will be an honor to be amidst, yeah, beautiful, yeah. So this is the book that she has written. And I congratulate her. And may she have many more blessings and may write many more books, okay? Thank you, Imlijungla, okay? Yeah. Well, to continue with the ongoing process of what we are here for today. Always been enthralled, feel happy to be among the kids. And I know we have taken enough of time, patience to write this, Imlijungla especially. You have taken a bold step, and in association with your parents, the mentors, your peer group, and also the heads, those who are here. It is not very easy to write a book because there are a lot of things that comes to your mind. But making this bold step itself speaks volume about your courage that you have endeavored. And I know, as when you talk about Imlijungla, her pen name is Elina Aier. Usually, the author sometimes it so happens that they would like to be in the shadow. They like to have another name, especially in the Bollywood also they have another name, like a nickname or a pen name, whatever you call it. So her real name is Imlijungla, but in the book is going to be Elina, right? Elina Aier, okay? So that is her name. So when you come across Elina Aier as a book, don't get wondered like who has written and who is the author, okay? This is the, in disguise I would say that, okay? A pen name. In another words, it's called nom de plume, okay? Nom de plume is another name given to the author, which she has changed the name. Well, as far as Imlijungla is concerned, she has been with us from the nursery, from the very small child she was here. Now she's grown big. and she has had several hands of mentors mentoring her and taking her to beyond the limits of what she is right now. And the parents have given well in association with the mentors, the school, the management. I think when we are having a symbiotic relationship, I think many things are going to grow to a better level. And this is the very example that we see. Many of our alumni, those who have been here with us through thick and thin, and even for a year, to say that they have really been transformed, not bragging. But I would like to thank the alumnus, those who just stood here. Arilla, she is now assistant professor in Fazal Ali. She is also one of the students I didn't know, but is now beyond recognition because our face becomes stagnant, and the children they keep on evolving and very difficult to find out who they are unless they identify themselves. It was a good honor to be here with you. And also the publisher, Rita Kocha, very thankful to you for highlighting, for focusing, for bringing our students to limelight, to make it big, and to encourage the others, younger generations who are coming up. I would say I'm very thankful to all of you. Well, I would say that in the world where we are living right now, where marks and grades have become synonymous, where marks and grades have been given the heights, the most important, I would say Livingston from the inception of 1988, we have never done so. We have always kept a holistic approach. We have always said that a child needs to know as much as everything possible. Jack of all trades, I would say that, which we used to be laughed upon when we were in the school. We say that if you're a jack of all trades, a master of none, you'll become nobody. You need to master only one thing. The present generation has gone beyond leaps and bounds. It has become an obligatory that we need to know everything. Otherwise, we'll be left far behind. Well, the art of writing itself, when we were young kids, those days, letter writing was very important. And when we're in the hostel, we have to communicate, Otherwise, we're not going to get our pocket money also. We have to express everything. The cherry eyes and all that, We are hungry, we don't have anything to eat and all that, blah, 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 right? To the parents, guardians, like saying that we have nothing to eat, then now we are all, hungry every day. So please, the only letter was meant like when we write is like pocket money, okay, at the end. So pocket money was the main item, but the letter had to be written because if you do not express, nothing is going to get out of it. And the other important thing which we wrote, those days, letter was like pen pals. We used to have pen pals. And there was a very famous magazine called the Sun magazine in the Northeast, where there used to be a lot of pictures and a lot of addresses like whom you would like to write letters to, So we had a lot of foreign pen pals, we had a lot of Indian pen pals and all that, and communication, right? And those days, like, girlfriend, boyfriend was just like the hello, hi was good enough, okay? And we used to feel so thrilled about, Even getting a reply letter was good enough. We had cloud nine, right? I feel so great about it, right? And we used to blush, like when we meet girls and boys, we used to go red, rosy cheeks, and red. We don't need a blusher also, by the way. Now we have blushers 5 to 9, right? Waterproof, it just stays there until you wipe it out, right? Those days we don't need blushers. If you meet a girl and boy, that's good enough. We start blushing, okay? And those innocent life, it was so good. So those were the days that how we start writing letters to one another and how we encouraged. In fact, I got the hobby from the school of being a philatelic, collector, numismatic collector, and so on, even in antique. That's how it enriched and became a part of the hobby. So I feel that this too, which Imlijungla has ventured upon, is like a hobby. As writers said by our auntie, said that the letter which she is possessing right now, if Imlijungla reaches to the sky, to the right and top, that letter will be very valid, I know, okay? Because she'll be a sought after. And those letters, right now we can see many letters, okay, of age old, of high dignitaries. It costs millions, okay? Even the signature autograph. So please keep it well, okay? And probably we could have some thing done when she becomes big one day, okay? So I feel that Imlijungla has written this poem, probably basing upon her life, autobiography, and also she's mentioned a lot about the modern world. And more so, she has also put in the poem of the haiku. We call it in Japanese haiku, okay? Haiku is about 4 or 5 liners. We're expressing the weather or whatever, right? So she has written from January to December everything, or what the weather, everything that means to her, what she feels about it. Very personal and everything. So I feel that she has given a lot to it, and she has given a solace, right, to the very world. The world which is very, very, sometimes it's very depressing. The world is not as what we expect. The world is not as what we wonder to be the feeling good, the good side, but we often see the bad side of the world. I feel she intends to say that we need to be good in this present world, and which is a very good thing that she has actually put on. If young leaders like from her comes up in the future, only thinking about the goodness of the world, I think how beautiful the world will be. I guess it will be sure. Okay, so please keep up the spirit, never give up the hope. And then we are looking at ourselves, the life. I remember the Shakespeare. It is written about the 7 stages. The world, all the world is a stage. It says very particularly over there, and he writes about the stages of the ages of man, where the 7th stage of man is revealed. From the time you're born, you grow up to be a naughty boy, especially, okay? And then you become a lover, you start writing poems and expressing everything. You become a soldier, then you become a wise person, a judge. You become an old man, and later part of that, you become a second age, second child, like you call it. So these are the 7 stages that express it very well. I guess this is a stage that which Imlijungla also is going through, and all our friends along with her. Well, everybody may not have the skill to write, but I know that your classmates, many of you have got various skill. Please don't hide it, okay? Please take out. Please shine the light. If you cannot be a candle, let this be a mirror to reflect it in that way, right? We grow from small. Even the modern world that we see, we come from a unicellular cell. Amoeba, example, from amoeba to human. From atom to cosmic, it becomes large. We also have our bodies made with various cells and multicellular organs we have become. We have become a person to give. So let humanity prevail, I would say that at the end of the day, We all need to be human, you need to be kind, you need to be giving. And the best part is education do a lot of things. It is said that many readers are not leaders, but all leaders are readers. We need to read if you want to lead. If you do not read, we cannot be leaders in that way also in one way. Because the more we read, the more we're going to capture the insight of what we have to actually do from those authors who have actually had the best experience in life. So I think we need to be readers. And this is the right time that we start penning down on what we feel about ourselves and for the rest of the world. I guess we have come a long far, as Arla has mentioned also, regarding the NEP. Livingston, for that sake, we have always tried to be different. We have always tried to find path. It's a competitive world, no doubt, but we want to have a healthy competition. It should be a good rivalry with any schools so that we learn from one another, not being selfish. But I would say that a school where we developed not only grades and marks, as I said, it becomes synonymous. I feel that we need to know more beyond marks and grades. The world has become so, different, but the present world, when we go abroad, especially, marks and grade has become secondary right now. I personally experience our students, some of our cousins who have went abroad, who have gone for studies, who have joined to the best of the best institute. Some of them have got 100% scholarship, some of them have got maybe 15, 20, 30, whatever. But they do not look at the marks. They look at what your skill based are. So we in India, I think we need to wake up and to see that marks and grades are secondary. So this is what the holistic development is all about. And I feel that those who are here, the kids and the mentors, those who are here, mentoring them, we are doing well. And I know the different side of the story of our school. I know we are doing it well. And I know that you'll be grooming and garnering all the kids to become somebody great. And I'm proud that most of our kids are passed on without bragging. They're doing all well because we have brought them up in a holistic approach. And I wish all of you the best of the best. And I hope that all of you join the venture and all of you have whatever that insight in you, bring it up. Do not feel shy and be the best person in you. And always try to have a hobby, okay? Always try to have a hobby at least, whatever you want to do, okay? Some people have eating hobbies, okay? Maybe you grow up, okay? And then Imlijungla has both the reading and the eating habit, okay? So some have the habit of playing it and so on. So please bring out the goodness that is there inside. Don't feel shy, okay? And with this, I take your time and I thank all of you those who have come here, and I wish you the very best, and may you rise from post to post, from pillar to pillar, and may you rise beyond whatever, okay? So congratulations once again, okay? Yeah. Thank you very much, all of you.
Pleasant afternoon, everyone. Despite the ongoing examinations and your own busy personal schedules, I'm thrilled to see so many familiar faces as well as new ones. Respected guest of honor, Dr. Andrew Ahoto, Director of LFI, Ma'am Annie Yaptomi, Pastor Imtiakam of Dapa, and Ma'am Rita Kocha from Ventral Publication House, Kohima, my dearest LFI mentors, families, and friends. I welcome you all to my first book launch. Your presence here means so much to me. And before I start, I want to thank God for His unceasing love and grace. Though I'm still flustered and going around in circles, I feel His presence every day. At the onset, I want to take a little trip down memory lane. My love for literature started with my mom, who's my first storyteller as well as my first friend. I'm proud to say that her sacrifices and faith have brought out the best in me. And my dreams were supported by my father, whose hard work is never left unappreciated. And I was always lucky to be in the prayerful presence of my dearest Utsu and Ubu, the most adorable grandparents anyone could ever ask for. And then comes my Aunt Ruth and Uncle Vito. You were always there for me, and my sweetest memories with you have been archived into these poems of mine. And now, this is where Ma'am Annie comes into the picture. I never really imagined that my poems, which were occasionally scribbled in my old, not to mention, unattractive diary, would eventually morph into a book. Ma'am Annie was not only a huge part of my journey as an author, but also the first person to initiate this project. And the book and this amazing program would have been impossible without you. And I'm forever grateful to you for helping me materialize my dreams. And special thanks to my aunt, Dr. Aier Latiao, the purchaser of all the books I own. You have been a devoted supporter of all my ambitions, playing the role of the older sister I never had, an encouraging friend, and a mentor. Your contributions have transformed writing in my shabby little diary into this polished piece. Thank you for everything, Tanyo. And I'll always be grateful to my teachers and friends of LFI, whose frequent motivation and support helped me recognize my potential. I also want to extend my gratitude to the school management for setting up this beautiful space. It's beyond what I had envisioned. And last but not the least, huge thanks to my publisher, Ma'am Rita Kocha, and Ventral Publications Kohima for giving my book a chance. The play is a unique publication because it chronicles my transition from fairy hunting days to a teenage life filled with responsibilities and obligations. And I think my book will transport you to your most fondest childhood memory, or a phase of confusion, or maybe even a gloomy occurrence. But despite its childish themes and dramatic poems, I hope reading my book will be an enjoyable experience for all of you. And may my writings help you appreciate your past experiences and help you realize that it really is okay being the only periwinkle in a rose garden. And my book has 3 parts. and I would like to read a poem from each. I'll be reading the poem Dreams from the first part. I dream dreams of world underground, illuminated by blue sapphire light. There are some others where the old appear, leaving traces of existence and disappearing nowhere. I've dreamed dreams where all my dreams came true, and waking up again was not desired much, though the spell of sleeping to last was not controlled by my clutch. In some dreams I could fly, slide down rainbows of radiant light. In some dreams I could never lie, or ever feel a feeling of fright. But the loveliest dream, I must say, was dreaming of dreams every day. Never to open my eyes and shiver. Truth be told, I want to dream forever. The second poem is called Autumn from part 2. It is inspired by my favorite season, autumn. Warm, mellow mornings under the blazing sun. Now the days of crisp September, the season has begun. The bracing air of sheer autumn bliss. The sylph of fall blows her first kiss. Woods and bushes are a vivid splash of red. Now lies the yellow leaves on the once green grassy bed. Enchanting tints of orange and violet abandon mystic trails, while the beasts play games with foreign gales. The season of bitter, of memories that haunt. Shadows of people, forgotten, long gone. Autumn brings magic, queer darkening nights. Autumn, I can gaze at the moon's silver lights. And the last and third poem I'll be reading for you all is dedicated to my little sister, Autumn. She threw a tantrum yesterday because I didn't put her in my speech, so here it goes. Little sister, keep in mind, little girl, we live in but a scary world. Be good and kind, don't lose your way. Never forget what I say. You'll laugh and cry, smile and fall. Be not afraid, I'll be there through it all. Disheartened don't be, I always pray, for darkness fades with the first sun's ray. When mighty winds and cruel storms blow, don't forget, still life will grow, and bloom even fresher than the last, and break the spell that evil cast. Little sister, you'll grow up one day, that's when you'll think of all I say, you'll nod your head and show your teeth, my helpful words in your heart you keep. Thank you all for listening.